Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I hope you're having an awesome day today. In today's video, we're going to be trying out some makeup. I'm going to be trying out the KAB Cosmetics Day and Night eyeshadow palette right here. I got this very pretty palette in my BOXYCHARM base box for the month of May. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how I created this eyeshadow look right here. And definitely stay tuned to my channel. And if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe right now, because I will be doing a second look more focused on like the neutrals. Today I really wanted to play with the purples because they just really caught my attention. So today I'm going to give you some swatches, an eyeshadow look tutorial, and then my thoughts overall about this palette right here. So if you want to see that, then just keep on watching. Okay guys, so the Day and Night eyeshadow palette from KAB Cosmetics right here. The packaging is pretty simple, nice and sleek in my opinion. You get a really nice mirror and you get a total of 18 eyeshadows in here. The color story is pretty neutral except for like these purples here, which we're just calling my name. So you have a lot of neutral shades and then a few pops of purple that just really caught my attention again, because I'm used to seeing all the neutrals and I have so much of that in other palettes. And I'm going to give you a very quick swatch right here. I just swatched it in my hand. As I'm looking at the swatch at the moment, like here in my face, it is so pretty. Like the shimmers look stunning. So it's making me really want to go ahead and create that second look very soon, because the purples I really enjoyed, but I feel like the real stars of this palette might be the neutrals based off the swatch and the look that I did today, which did turn out really nicely. But some of these shimmers are just calling my name. Today I'm going to show you the tutorial for this eyeshadow look here that's all about purple. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Okay guys, I'm just going to give you another close-up of the palette before I swatch this nice and clean. I'm also going to use this brush set that I got in my BOXYCHARM base box. And let's get started with the tutorial. The first thing I'm going to do is prime my eyelids using the NYX eyeshadow base in the shade white. And I'm just going to use my finger to apply this all over my eyelids, getting near the brow bone. Now I'm going to apply that beautiful purple shadow halo all over my lid, my entire lid. And I'm using this brush that came in the pack from Lavish Cosmetics in my BOXYCHARM base box. And it's just like an all over lid brush. And what I'm doing is just trying to get as much pigment as I can all over my lid. The shadow applied a little bit darker than I expected it to. So I don't know, maybe if I should have tried a different kind of base. I mean, my base that I'm using today is kind of white and usually makes the color stand out more. But either way, I'm still trying to just build up the pigment slowly. And it does end up building up a little bit more. But it's not as pastel looking as I expected it to be. But I did make it work. It took a minute to get it to build up, but either way it did build up, and I'm now just taking my time, sort of making sure that I don't have any harsh lines. Using the same brush, I'm kind of brushing the shadow a little bit higher, using sort of like soft back and forth motions. And what happens is that that little harsh edge kind of goes away, so you have sort of a more seamless transition with the shadow. And I just think it looks a little bit cleaner. And I like this shadow now that I finished applying it. Now, taking the other side of that same brush, I'm dipping into that beautiful purple shimmer Twinkle Twinkle. And I'm going to apply this directly on top of the purple shadow just to intensify it and just make it, I don't know, a little bit nicer. And it's just my style. You do not have to use a shimmer if you want, just use the matte. But I really wanted to use these together since I got this palette because they were calling my name. And honestly, this shimmer took a minute to build up as well, but it did eventually build up. So I can't hold it against it. Like, it's not, there isn't like a problem with it. It just takes a minute for it to build up. But eventually I really took my time building it up, and it did look really nice by the end. And like, as you can see, it's really pretty. I really enjoyed both of these together. And what I'm doing now is I took some of that shimmer on the tip of the brush and I brushed it upwards right there, as you can see in the front of my lid, just to get some like light to that area. And you get sort of a cut crease effect, just a really pretty effect with the sort of like the silvery white looking sparkles from this shadow. I don't know, I just think it looks really pretty, and I'm just kind of brushing that upwards towards my crease, and I think it looks really pretty. Now I took that angled brush from the brush pack, and I'm dipping into that dark color Midnight, which to me looks like a very deep burgundy purple, which is why it caught my attention and I wanted to use it with this look. And I'm attempting to apply it to the outer corner of my eye and into my crease, but it took such a hard time to build up. This one was even harder than the other ones, but I don't give up. If you guys know me, I don't give up on palettes. I try to work with the formula. It really took a long time. So what you have to do is really press your brush in until you get enough pigment, and then press the shadow on, and then keep pressing before you start blending, like, or dragging it anywhere. Press it on the spot that you want it, and then decide to go ahead and drag. But this color did turn out to be a little bit more on the red side than I expected it to be, so I didn't want to use too much of it. I focused on my outer corner and also the outer part of my crease, not towards the front part of my crease, just because I don't want the purple to disappear. I really wanted this look to turn out purple, so I try to focus it on the outer part only. And I also decided to try to diffuse it a little bit because I just really wanted this look to be purple, and it turned out to be a little bit more red than I expected it to be. But I did end up getting it to work. It took a minute, but it did end up working. I'm also sort of winging it out just a little bit to create a shape. I'm also going to take that large blending brush that came in the brush pack. Without adding any shadow to it, I'm going to try to blend out some of this shadow to make it as nice and clean as I possibly can. Since I had some issues pressing it on, it's also kind of hard to get it to drag without completely removing it. But I'm trying to be gentle with it because I don't want to get rid of it completely. So be gentle when you're blending out. Then I decided to go and reapply just a little bit because I did blend out too much. So be gentle blending out, but it's definitely fixable. Just take your time with eyeshadow. Like, you can do whatever you want. There are no rules, but I went back and applied a little more just to make sure that I did not get rid of that shadow completely. And I'm going in with that shade Halo and the same shadow brush and applying it to underneath my lower lash line. It was really hard to get it to intensify underneath my lower lash line, but I did get some pigment going on. Then I went in with this pencil brush from the pack and went into Midnight, and I tried to apply it to the outer corner of underneath my lower lash line, and it was really hard to build this up, but I knew that that would happen, so I took my time. I didn't get too much pigment, but I ended up getting just enough and just let it go because I knew that I wasn't going to be able to intensify it as much as I wanted to. Then I went back with that small shadow brush and dipped into Twinkle Twinkle, the shimmer, and applied it to the inner half of my lower lash line just to get some shimmer going on in that area. And I did like the end, but I really wanted more intensity underneath my lower lash line, and I didn't get it, but it's fine. Now I'm applying some black liner to my waterline just to intensify everything a little bit. And I'm taking this highlighter palette from Milani. It's the Rose Glow Stellar Lights highlighter palette, and I'm dipping into that white icy white highlight. I'm gonna apply it to my inner corner and also underneath my brow bone. This is my favorite highlighter ever. Now I'm going to do sort of a dramatic wing on top. I'm not doing it too dramatic, but I wanted to stand out because I feel like black liner against purple, this sort of purple is just really pretty and makes it stand out even more. For some reason, I really just love this combo. But I'm going to go ahead and finish off the rest of my makeup, and I'll be back to show you guys the final look. Okay guys, so this is how the look turned out. I really like it. Really nice and purpley. I was really going for it today, and now that I finished this look, I really just want to go ahead and play with the neutrals because they're so pretty, and like the swatch really convinced me that I need to go ahead and try them out. But let's talk about this purple look right here. Let me give you a close-up. I really enjoyed the overall look, how it turned out, but some of the shadows were not my favorite to work with. The combination of these two like light purple colors, the matte purple Halo and the shimmer Twinkle Twinkle, is just beautiful, and I love it. Like, I think you can just wear those two together. I almost wanted to do that, but I really wanted to do something different and smoke it out a little bit and try as many shadows as I could in the purple family from this palette. But I think if you just wear these two together and just throw on some mascara, that will look so beautiful because they were really pretty together, just for like a monochromatic look. Like if you just want one color on your lid, perfect. The only issue that I kind of had was with this shadow here, this dark purple shimmer, but it's weird because it was not going on as well as I expected it to. Like, the brush wasn't getting a lot of pigment on it, but as I press, I will get more pigment. Even as I swatched it here, like it slowly builds up. I think it's this shadow here. Even as I swatched it, like at first almost nothing showed up, and then it would just slowly start to build up. So it might be a positive. You really can get it to be a little bit darker, but it was just a little bit of a challenge today. And I just really wanted to go purple and didn't have a lot of options for my lower lash line, so I ended up like doing the same thing underneath that I did on top. And in the end, I'm pretty happy with it. I did some liner, some dramatic lashes, just to make it a little bit more fancy. But overall, I really do enjoy this purple look, and I cannot wait to play with the other colors in the palette. Now let me show you guys what I did on my lips really quickly. Okay, so I was trying to go for a neutral lip, but has some sort of a hint of purple or plum. So for my lip liner, I used the Real Her I Am Confident lip liner, and this is like a brown. See, like very deep brown lip liner. And then for lipstick, I used the Kaja Earhart lipstick in 06 Boo. Really pretty lipstick, like the to display this heart. Let me swatch that. See, so that's kind of like mauve but more deep. So I feel like together they give this purple vibe, at least to me looking in the mirror. And that's what I did. I wanted to do a gloss, but decided to leave it this way. And for lashes, I just want to share really quickly in case you guys ask me. I buy these lashes from Amazon. They're from the brand Dysilk, D-Y-S-I-L-K, and the style 001. Just really dramatic lashes, and I did trim them a little bit. And yeah, guys, that's it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this eyeshadow look. What do you think about this palette so far? Are you convinced? Do you like it? What do you think? Even though the formula I did like, it wasn't my favorite, but I still have to try out the brown shadows. I try to keep an open mind because I do own this palette now, so I need to make it work. So I'm gonna keep creating looks with it and learning more about the formula so that whenever I play with it, I know exactly what I need to do. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be the end of today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up for me. Don't forget to subscribe before you go, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, guys. Mwah.